So here's the lesson. How do we use these words? Quite, pretty, rather, fairly. You can use quite, pretty, rather, and fairly with adjectives or adverbs. Examples: it's fairly warm tonight. The hike is pretty easy. This is a pretty good cake. Quite, pretty, rather, and fairly mean less than very, but more than a little. The difference between quite and pretty. Quite and pretty are very similar in meaning. However, pretty is used mainly in spoken, informal English. Quite is placed before a or an. Pretty is placed after. Examples: she's quite a good chef, or she's a pretty good chef. It was quite a tasty meal, or it was a pretty tasty meal. You can use quite but not pretty in the following ways: quite plus a or an, plus noun without an adjective. For example, I thought that the cake was going to be good. It was quite a disappointment. You can use the form quite a lot of. For example, there were quite a lot of people. How many people were there? Quite a lot. You can also use the form quite plus verb, especially with the verbs like and enjoy. For example, I quite like tennis, but I prefer football. Using rather. Rather is similar to quite and pretty. Rather is often used for negative ideas. Example: I don't like this meal, it's rather salty. She doesn't like going out, she's rather shy. Quite and pretty are also possible in the above situations. When we use rather for positive ideas, it means unusually or surprisingly. These mangoes are rather tasty. Where did you get them? Using fairly. Fairly is not as strong as quite, rather, or pretty. For example, if a meal is fairly good, it means that it's not very good and could be better. It was a fairly nice day, but there was a bit of rain. Fairly nice means it could have been better. Our house is fairly big. Fairly big means it's not big, but almost. Using quite. Quite can mean completely with these adjectives: amazing, certain, clear, different, extraordinary, impossible, incredible, obvious, right, safe, sure, true, unnecessary, and wrong. Are you sure? Yes, quite sure. It was quite clear what the problem was. I find baking cakes quite impossible. That's true. Quite can also mean completely with some verbs. For example, I quite agree with you, which means I completely agree with you. Not quite means not completely. I haven't quite finished the book. I don't quite understand what you mean.